Good morning, Facebook family and friends and YouTube subscribers. Today is Saturday, July 11, 2015. So the black gay community here in Atlanta is a little bit of an uproar, very upset, very offended because a local bar, a white-owned local bar, has come up with a new dress code. So a lot of blacks feel that this is kind of a racist new dress code. The dress code, which was posted on Thursday, just simply stated no hoodies, no oversized tank tops or t-shirts, no sagging pants or excessively baggy clothes, no sweatpants, no bandanas or do-rags. They spelled it D-E-W though, so instead of D-O-O. So no do-rags, no sunglasses after dark, no backpacks, no oversized purses, no slippers. Okay, no athletic wear, no oversized chains or medallions, no headphones, no weapons, and no bad attitudes. And we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. Now, I don't have a problem with this list of items that they have for their new dress code because I know for a fact that there are many black-owned clubs, bars, and restaurants in Atlanta who have that same dress code, much worse than this. They want you guys to put on decent clothes and come to their venues. They don't want you dressed up as if you're going to play basketball or hang out in the streets someplace. Nobody should be out in the streets anyway with a do-rag on their head in a public place. That's for something you wear at nighttime. I don't own a do-rag because there's really no need for me to wrap this stuff up. There's nothing there. So, but slippers, house slippers, I've seen these folks walking around Atlanta, Georgia, in grocery stores, all kinds of places, in house slippers. I'm thinking, why would you want to wear your house slippers, which are designed for you to safely walk around your home, the comfort of your home? Why would you wear them into a Kroger's or Blake's nightclub, for that matter? So, my cup of coffee. So, I don't have a problem with what Blake's and any business dress codes or rules for their customers. I don't have a problem with that because this is their business. Now, this is my problem. The only problem I have with this whole scenario, I've lived in Atlanta for over 25 years. I moved here in 1989. And we used to have a lot of black-owned clubs. Loretta's comes to mind, and Tracks, the Marquette. These were all black-owned, and they treated you with respect and love. I loved going to Loretta's because they loved me, and they treated me like such. There were many times I walked up to Loretta's, and Miss Loretta's would be sitting back behind the bar clerk. The minute she'd see me and say, just go on in, I would be like, well, I'm here. I would go to the bar and get free drinks, food. There was just a lot of love that they had for their customers. In 1993, there was a club here in Atlanta called The Other Side. Now, The Other Side was a white-owned club on Piedmont Road. It was the most racist experience I've ever had in my life living here in Atlanta. The Other Side had a Wednesday night hip-hop night. So they brought in a black DJ, and he would play hip-hop music on Wednesday night. Now, what they really wanted, I found out later, was they wanted their white customers to enjoy some hip-hop music with a few blacks sprinkled here and there. But unfortunately, the black folks, as usual, took over the whole club on Wednesday night. So the Other Side was not happy with this. It was chasing out their white customers who spent money in the club. Black folks would show up, they can get a drink or two and just stand around looking for a date. So the white customers, because there were so many black customers in The Other Side now, The Other Side was going to begin losing money. On Wednesday nights, the hip-hop night turned into a disaster. There were all these black folks in the clubs. The parking lots were full. There were fights and stuff. So The Other Side began cracking down. And they began to be very mean to people at the door. And I noticed this. And they got really nasty. Now, it don't take but 1 or 2 times for me. Because at that time, I was living in Stone Mountain. I had to drive all the way from Stone Mountain to The Other Side. And then they were treating me disrespectful. I stopped going to The Other Side because they were very, very racist. I didn't need to take my money there. There were so many other places I could go. So why would I go to The Other Side? I stopped going. And eventually they killed off that hip-hop night because they didn't want those black customers in there. It was just too many of them. They didn't want to be bothered. Now, I'm cool with that. If I walk into a club or restaurant or bar and they treat me with disrespect and they don't want my butt money and they don't want my business and they make it clear to me, I don't want your black ass here, I'm going someplace else. So this is my problem with the Atlanta nightlife here, particularly in the black gay community. We don't own shit. You got all these black folks in Atlanta, all these black gays. You got some fairly affluent black gays in the city of Atlanta, but we don't own a goddamn thing in this city. No bars, we don't own anything that we patronize. Let me just say that. Because we have the Daiquiri Factory owned by Keisha. She just opened up Cirque. 2 places that are packed. She's smart. She's going after a black, gay, and lesbian crowd, and she's making a killing. There are some blacks who've opened up a few restaurants here. There have been some black gays who've opened up some restaurants here, and I said, why don't you black and you gay, why don't you go after the gay crowd? I don't want to make it into an all-gay establishment. And then they end up closing their doors because there's a million restaurants, bars, and clubs in Atlanta. And if you don't go after a specific crowd, you're not going to make it. You're a black gay person, but you don't want to go after a black gay crowd because you don't want it to be a black gay club, but black gay folks got money. They take their money to Einstein's, the Knicks, Blake's, Burkhart's, Bulldogs. These are all white-owned places that black gays pack into and give all their money to these owners. I've never understood why all these black gays who live in this city insist, demand, and want to give their money to white-owned clubs. Because see, black folks got upset about Blake's. A lot of black folks got very upset and offended about Blake's new dress code. It didn't offend me. I like it personally. But everybody else got offended about it because they said they were going after black folks. It very well could be true that they are going after a specific type of black person that they don't want in their club. I get that. That's fine. But if you're going someplace you don't feel welcome to, and you don't like Blake's dress code, don't go. Don't spend your money. Forget them. You ain't got to get Blake's. You don't have to go there. And one of the guys that was really raised in hell, and he's a local, him and his partner, G Session Small and Ron. I know G and I know Ron. I don't know why they haven't opened up some type of restaurant or venue or something. They're very popular. I've even considered, myself opening up something. I know it's going to take a hell of a lot of work and a whole lot of money and a whole lot of time. And I'm not a nighttime person. That's why I've kind of stayed away from these types of things. But I do realize you do have to have be open some nighttime hours. And, I'm 45 years of age. By the time 9 or 10 o'clock roll around, I'm ready to go to bed. So if I had a bar or restaurant at 10 o'clock when folks be short, I'd be like, we about to close. Because I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to go home and go to bed, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. My bar would have to be open from 5 o'clock to maybe 11 at the latest, so I can at least see some local news. I kind of like to watch Channel 2 WSB TV Channel News at 11, so I can know what the fuck is going on in the city. So I like to be out there by 10:30 so I can get home and see the news by 11. So I know y'all not going to get there till about midnight. By that time, my place would be long closed. So it wouldn't do me no good to invest or open in something like that because I ain't going to be there that late at night. Now, this is why I said Blake's can do what they want. If Blake's wants to use this as their dress code, that's fine because it's their business. They own it. Then white folks can do whatever they want to. If you don't like it, take your money and go somewhere else. Open up your own place. Open up your own place. Open up your own place. Black folks need to open up their own shit and spend their own money in there and stop giving their money to these white-owned venues who do not want them in there. They don't treat you with love and respect. Now, I will say that at Bulldogs in the Mix, 2 white-owned places, for the most part, the times I've been there, I've never had an issue. Now, Bulldogs back in the day didn't want no black folks up in there. So now that Atlanta's changing, there's another element to this I don't understand. White young gays are not coming to Atlanta anymore. They're heading to San Francisco, Seattle, California, going to where the jobs are for what they're going to college for, which is internet-based jobs. Atlanta don't have the type of jobs and incomes that these young white gays are going after. That's why they head west. So Atlanta is now becoming a predominantly black gay city, although a lot of straight white families are moving into the city. So it's just a matter of time before a lot of these white gay venues begin to close because they don't have a customer base like they used to have 20 plus years ago. Blake's is not going to be able to survive without black folks coming up in there. It's not possible because their customer base is aging out and they don't have any young gays coming in there anymore. So eventually, I get another 5 to 10, maybe 15 years, Blake's is going to be gone. Because they're not going to be able to keep that place over there because their customer base is dwindling so quickly. There's just a bunch of older white gays in there every time I go in there. Guys in their late 20s, 30s, and 40s. As those guys continue to age out, that place is going to either have two choices, to either turn black or straight and white. Those will be the options. But again, black gays need to stop their bullshit. Quit spending your money in places where you're not welcome. Quit pouring all these millions of dollars into Einsteins, Blake's, Burkhart's, all these white-owned restaurants and clubs, Joe's on Juniper. Quit pouring all your money into these places and start finding and opening your own places. A friend of mine named Mario's he's about to open a beautiful place down on MLK in the West End. It's gorgeous. Now he's got to be smart enough to go after the black gays who have the money to support his business. The place is gigantic. There's 2 levels. It could be beautiful. He can't go, there are too many bars and restaurants around it. Go after a specific target audience and you will succeed and win. That's the only way it's going to work. I don't have a problem with Blake's and any of these places who want to come up with a dress code. That's their business. They can do whatever the hell they want to. If you don't like it, take your money. Go someplace else, open up your own business, support something owned by people who represent you. That's another thing. We pour all this money into these, black folks pour all this money into these places, and they get no support from these businesses. Einstein's and Joe's and Juniper do not support black events. They don't support black nonprofits here in the city. Juan Sessions said that Juan and G have both reached out and tried to do some things with Einstein's, and they were turned away. They never even heard back from the people at Einstein because Einstein's don't give a fuck about you niggas. They don't. Why should they? Take your money and go someplace else. Why don't you open up your own damn restaurant? Open up your own damn bar. Open up something so you got all these people. Open up something to bring, so you can bring the money in. You have to worry about these white folks not supporting you in the things that you want to do. But again, this is just my humble opinion. I mean, if you like my videos, share with family members. I could go on and on about this because it pisses me off that you got all these affluent blacks in the city, but they're not smart enough to say, we can make some money. Look at all these black folks. Look. All these black folks in Einstein every Friday, Joe's on Juniper on Saturday, the mix up, open up your own place. I love Keisha because what she's doing with the Daiquiri Factory and what she's doing with Sir. She's making a killing, and she's specifically targeting black gays. I don't blame her, because they got money. If you like my videos, share them with everybody you know. If you don't like my videos, kiss my black ass. I'm out of here and have a great Saturday.